All right. Hello, everybody. How's everyone doing?
Everyone's like, well, I'm good. It's technically Friday.
Ow. My cat stabbed me.
What Daijin would never.
No.
He survived.
I think, I feel like if the cat's stabbing you, it's probably more your fault than it's the cat's. No cat that we rescued would ever harm a person.
I mean,
I don't think that's
well,
how that works.
mm,
All right. So, let me turn down the ambient noise because it's very loud in my ears. It's some very loud sand. Which deserts are loud if you listen to videos of in actual deserts. It's like the constant moving of sand. But when last we left everyone, you guys had it, it defeated the cultist necromancers. It captured the map that, and met with Azar, um, the halfling who's wearing um, clothes that resemble those that can be found in the Blood Jungle on the Cthulhu continent. You reached an agreement that you guys would travel to Nehustan together, but in obviously separate modes of transportation. And you guys had left out and went to the wagon to prepare or to depart in the morning. You guys, I assume you guys would spend the rest of the day just making sure that everything was prepped. But is there anything you guys would want to do before we roll into the next morning?
Um, I can't think of anything.
The only thing I would think of is nobody would probably be reading um, the book on the dark gods of the Arcanist continent. Other than that, I don't. And then maybe like continuing some of his research, but that's pretty much it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
Uh,
all of us are probably studying our books.
Gotta go in my Dark Gods notes on the World Anvil. It'd be lovely if World Anvil would sponsor us, but I don't want to go
We're
through
not
the.
well known enough to get sponsors yet.
No, we're not. But you know, maybe they will see us. Someone will watch and be like, "These guys are all right. We should give them money." All right, let me go to my articles.
yeah.
Church of Line, Gods of Narresh. Should be in this article. Um, they
I
changed
think.
the articles. What?
Oh, what book did Nissa and nobody get?
I got the Dark Gods of Darkanus during the Age of Gods, if I remember correctly.
And then I got the uh first era forging book that talks about the forging of uh and of the androids and all.
And
Okay. Did I put it in this?
and do you remember the one that Delbert got?
Dobat had got treatise on the history of magic of the Dark Continent. All right. So, um, yes, you guys study your books.
Picari will probably be training with her weapon
Okay.
because she's trying to get proficient with it.
There we go. That shouldn't happen now.
Mhm.
I am tempted to level up, but I think I'll save it.
Okay. I'll have to go to a different thing to get that information. Right. But as you guys spend your time studying and training, and, and, look, Laqueus will come and let you guys know where to meet outside of town. Essentially, once you cross over the bridge, it's and start heading north towards your destination. You guys are gonna meet there. There's an old trade route built that runs across the desert that will get you guys there a day faster. Here- here, Um, so Azar wants to take that route. Oh, um,
I currently
he,
have no to dispute the path.
yeah, Azar, told him that they wanted to try and get there before Scoff Day, because Scaffe, it's about to be Scaffe the first. The first, as you know, Scoff Day is like that first. It's, okay, so you guys are going 3 days away. Okay. Scoff Day is that on the third. If you guys leave in the morning and take the his secret route, oh, you guys will get there by the end of the day on Saturday and be able to prepare yourselves for Scoff Day on the third.
Hmm.
Okay. And he gave us a copy of the map.
No,
So it's just to follow.
and they're being they're being cautious, but they didn't want to send Laqueus with that sort of information. They will give you guys a copy of the route that you guys are taking in, that will, once you guys get on the road, will, just in case a sandstorm or something separates you guys.
Okay.
Is our wagon equipped for sandstorms?
Um, Dea will has been constantly working on the wagon. You can tell that it's been reinforced. You don't know where she got the money to do a lot of the things that she's done to it, but it seems you guys are also missing two horses. You still have the camel for some reason,
I think that's where she got the money then.
which you do think it's weird because you would assume that the wagon needs all four animals to be able to be pulled at full speed, but it see assures you guys that with just these two, you guys would be fine. So you said even just one of them would be enough to pull the wagon, then no problem. It's just with the modifications she's made.
You know, at this point, it's starting to get a bit worrying. Could she possibly provide us a list of the modifications she's made?
See, she laughs. It's like no. Her parrot laughs as well.
Okay, that's not ominous at all.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
I
I
think we
guess
should.
I'll spend the afternoon. I'll probably spend most of the afternoon out and about, just going from bar to bar, uh, getting what information I can from
Uh,
just random people.
then roll me an investigation with charisma.
Or could I do an investigation with intelligence?
You can also do an investigation with intelligence. The DC will be slightly higher.
I will gladly take that.
All right.
16.
Yeah. Um, you hear several rumors. There's rumor number one, and people are talking about uh, a room and goings on there, how there was an attack and giant Spain was sighted in the area, as well as the multitude who has crossed from there and has been heading in this way. And people are starting to think maybe they are going to join in the war effort since it seems to be ramping up. But other people have been. There are other rumors that are saying that there's a proposed ceasefire that might that might put a end to this centuries long feud, and maybe that'll help bring some stability to the area. You hear a rumor that that, that vampires have taken over um, uh, Argentum, and that's why the war has been continuing on for so long. Uh, but you also hear rumors of the there being um, that that there's been in some it's just some ancient feud that the two royal families have had it between Nehustan and Argentum. The most concerning thing that you hear is that there have that there have been sightings of adult dragons in the area. They seem to be hunting something, and was a commotion in the desert to the north, with about a day's travel away. Just people are just cautioning each other about traveling that way. Hey, the last rumor you hear is that the Noxian that there have been sightings of Noxian in Melissa men and women in helping out um, the Nehustan side of the conflict, and that they were just in town gathering up supplies, and they bought up a whole lot of supplies, so um, they may be prepping for even harsher war, even though it's about to be planting season and the war usually dies down around now.
Okay. Where would we be without the drums of the world? Okay. Um, I'll share that with everyone when I get back. Or, well, I guess I'll save that for in the morning.
Pakari will make sure to go into town to pick up food, like supplies for food and stuff.
Right. You guys still have about 14 days worth of food. Do you both pre-cooked and stuff? Half of it is pre-cooked stuff, and the other half is just raw materials. Also, so you technically don't have to get more food if you don't want to. Just
But what kind of food do we have?
um, let's see. I just have it listed as wet rations, and so it's just various meats and fruits and stuff. Most of it will go bad in 5 to 7 days if it isn't preserved or
Okay,
cooked.
well,
But the other half is dry rations, things that last for a long time. Your grains, your um, salt, your salted meats, and all sorts of preserved foods.
Okay. Do we have access to like salt and different seasonings or?
You bought up a bunch of seasonings way back in Goldport that you had you. So I assume that that would be enough to cover for now.
Okay. Well, she might still go look at the market to see if they have anything unique to the like that she can't get in Goldport.
Okay. The biggest thing would be masala. Masala is hard to get it in a lot of areas that's outside the sand wall. Well, because it's a it's a very particular set of mixtures of spices, and it's and it's usually not sold to people outside of the desert cultures because this Goldport is such a has a lot of people from the other continent. The masala is sort of as these masalas are sort of if, if kept like a local kept secret. It now you can mix your own masalas from different spices and stuff, but if there are some local masalas that that are very particular to the city. So whatever city you would go to, it would probably have its own specialty masala.
Okay.
In this case, is a lot of the masalas in this region are they're dry dry mixes. So a lot of cumins, corianders, cinnamons, cloves, those things that are um, mixed together here, and then you get like whole garlics that you can take and grind up and mix with that. And
Okay. Yeah, she'll probably get just a little bit of that, probably just to experiment with.
okay,
And then because she prepares her infused foods, and I'm assuming that's been using our rations
yes,
um, every day. So I'm still gonna pick up just some extra food specifically for her to use for her infused foods
all right. So
that she
then,
makes.
um, how many wet rations will you pick up? They're 5 copper each.
I assume one ration would equal one of her prepared food infusions a day, right?
Yes,
Then I'll pick up well, they're 14 rations. You said 5 copper?
yes,
Then I'll pick up we'll be in a new town in a week, right?
in like 3 days.
Oh, 3 days.
Mhm.
I'll pick up weeks. We'll do a week's worth
All right, so he
of
wants
rations.
7 wet food rations. All right, so those have 2 weeks of shelf life. So if they're not
Mhm.
cooked within 2 weeks, they'll go bad. I'm marking down the date in my notes, the in-game date.
Yeah.
I suggest you do the same, in, just in case. Alright. We got 7, and you got those on Eterai the 30th. What number month did I set Eterai to? So Eterai, Erodai is the last month, and so then 2, it's the 3rd month, so 330. Alright. Alright, so 7 rations, that'll be 3 gold and 5 copper. No, 3 silver and 5 copper, sorry.
We'll do the. I should have copper. I should have plenty. I should have plenty of fucking money. Let me double check. Do inventory. Why does it say I don't have any money listed? I definitely have money. Oh shit.
There should be funds in the card.
Huh?
There should be funds in the card.
Yeah, but Picard should have her own money
I
as
should
well.
have money because I got paid for a bunch of stuff. But I don't have any money listed. Because I know I got a bunch of money, especially for doing that catering event. I haven't
Yeah.
spent anything. I guess I'll take funds from the fucking cart.
Here, I'll look at the catering event and I'll transfer that whatever money's in there to you.
I could have sworn I recorded it, but it's not in here.
Might have been something that got messed up in one of the updates.
I'll just take the 5 silver from the cart then.
My goodness, we have a lot of platinum in the card.
I'm like the only one that's actually worked. I should have money.
Yeah, you should have 200 platinum.
How's there so
Oh,
much?
I'm adding that right now.
I got you.
How's there so much? How's there so much in the card?
I thought it was 200 gold, not platinum.
Is it?
There was a bunch of money in the card anyway.
Let me look at my notes because it probably was gold.
No, I did get platinum for the catering event.
Yeah, you
I
got.
do remember that I got platinum from the
got,
catering event.
Yeah, you
the
got
wedding.
platinum. You gave some to Picari and not Picari. You gave some to Adarpi, and who else was helping you?
Nissa.
Darby didn't help me.
Was it just Nissa?
Nissa was the only one that helped me.
Oh.
And that was with shopping.
So,
and then I think like I treated Nissa to a meal.
Okay.
And then
I
think you
have
gave her, like,
notes
2 gold.
for that. Okay. Yes, I see it now. Because Nissa helped
I was
with the
like, 'cause
shopping.
Nissa was the only one that helped
Um,
me with that event.
Mm-hmm.
Darpy was
That was
there.
for shopping.
Okay, so yeah, this is why I have Darpy and Nissa would went to go to the gun shop right after that because you went in to go get prepped and they went to the gun shop. That's why I had them marked underneath you going to get the stuff.
Wait, the gunshot.
Yeah, there was a gun
Oh.
store that they went to. They got a
Yeah,
couple of quests
it was
from that.
out shopping, and we went shopping. We also stopped at the gun store. I think we
Oh,
went
okay.
with us when we went shopping too, so I think you were there. We all just went
And
shopping, that's all I remember, and we
you
basically pocketed the
you
leftovers of things.
met up with Mana after that. I don't think Mana was helping you though. I think you guys
I
just ran
was.
into
No,
each other.
I distinctly, yeah, Nissa helped me with shopping, but other than that, Pakari did the prep for the whole event herself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know,
Alright.
we helped with the shopping and moving the stuff, and I remember that they gave us extra for the groceries, and we pocketed the leftover from the buy the groceries because we got a deal.
Yeah, because we saved some money by haggling.
Yep.
Alright.
That was extra on top of what they paid for the event.
Alright. So you go out and you get your rations and you guys rest for the night. Let's see. Um, I, I knew you were trouble when you marched in. There's a snake inside my boots. Um, alright. So, alright. I'm gonna. I'm seeing a lot of people's money amounts seem to be off. I'm not sure what happened.
Mine looks about right.
Nobody's looks right from what I had. And I'm not sure if Dobat's is right. I don't have notes on what Dobat that had. Darby's, I think it looks right, but I'll have to double check because I don't have yours written down as a solid number. Um, the thing that, like, Simon has a bunch of silver, but I remember he had gold as well. So I don't know if the gold and platinum got converted to silver somewhere along the lines. We'll work that out between sessions. That's something that I gotta uh, make sure that it is right so that you guys don't just lose a bunch of money between sessions. I recommend keeping notes of your money as well.
I generally try to keep track.
Mhm. So You guys rest for the evening, and then no, uneventful nights, no dreams or anything, and you wake up on the day of the 30th. Um, the wagon heads out of town, and you do notice that it is a smoother ride than before, and there is like this whirring sound as the wagon moves along, like a. It's it's noticeable at first, but as time goes on, it fades into the background unless you just have sensitive hearing.
Dad, did you install a motor?
What? I can't hear you over me driving.
You know that's quite conspicuous.
Mhm.
Assume she's still ignoring me.
Yeah, so he places the robot parrot there in the window, so and it's just turning its head round and round and round.
I could break it so
What if that robot parrot is not what it seems?
if it's things I might have to destroy it.
Hmm?
It does randomly sing sea shanties every now and again.
I sometimes forget she used to be a pirate.
Yeah. So you guys head a little bit north, and the you'll see these strange creatures. There's six of them. Two of them pulling a smaller sand sled that has all these colorful fabrics hidden hidden just under these sand like these linen sand colored sails. And it's these weird lizard like creatures. I'll send you guys an image in the chat. Um, those of you from this region would know these as dune runners. Um, most people don't really use them for, pulling wagons and the like because they aren't the smoothest runners. But you assume that they are a little bit faster than camels and horses and the like. And they're perfectly acclimated to the weather, unlike your Noxian horses.
Oh, did the horses actually die of heat stroke and Dea had to improvise?
Well, if you remember, they can only travel for so long at a time.
Hmm.
Yeah, one of us should probably really check on her and see how she's holding up as well.
Who, Daya?
Yeah.
She seems like she's totally going down a totally healthy path right now of ignoring it
Hmm.
and jumping into her work.
You make that sound like she's doing dangerous things.
High possibility.
But nobody will actually like. What's Picari doing in the morning, Sarah?
She'd be cooking, prepping her food infusions for the day.
Nobody will try to. Well, I say try, but he's. It's probably most likely going to be him relegated to the corner sipping tea while he's watching you. As he, even though he is pretty long lived, he does not really know how to cook. But he'll look at you, so he'll be like, "So, I assume we'll have to go to your home soon since you have the relic."
Uh, that will depend on if I can figure out what is wrong with it. Because if my memory serves me correctly, it should not be what's the word?
Emanating.
Emanating, um, you know, evil.
Hmm.
So,
Are you trying to talk in game, baby? Okay.
Well, if you need any help, don't hesitate to ask. It seems like it would be an interesting time.
well, you'd probably know more about it than me. It comes from a time that you're more familiar with, or at least you and Mana seem to have expertise in. I know nothing about it.
I can take a look if you'd like. At a when you're not as busy, as he gestures to cooking.
It won't take me 2 seconds to go grab it. Just don't let the food burn.
Sure.
You gotta have confidence.
So cool,
Is
actually.
there anything that I forgot that I said that?
And you said something about working with Calliope on something, but that's all I can. You said you were just going to talk to her. That's pretty much all I can remember.
So I was going to teach her. I was going to train Calliope on being a druid so that she can have more power than what she has.
I, well, I guess you could try.
I mean, I also did say that I can leave and just go back to the village. I said that too.
Picari is gonna go grab her artifact, the artifact, and bring it to
Remember?
nobody
I feel like it was
while he
something.
watches the food.
I don't.
Who?
Can you bring me some more to drink?
You sure?
Just a little bit.
What'd you roll? Oh my god.
All right. um, you rolled a. You were rolling survival for the cooking.
Yeah, just to
I
see.
told him just to watch the food while Pakari went and grabbed something real quick.
All right. With a 9, it, you see the lid. You see the lid of the pot start shaking, and you see bubbles forming on the edge, and you. Well, the lid's not supposed to shake, so you just clamp it down, and then just hold it down, and then you start. There's like a little hole on it that starts sputtering and shooting in this foamy white, a starchy liquid it everywhere. And then like you open the lid to sort of let some of the pressure out, and then it just starts spilling over a bit before it like dies down, so it gets a little everywhere.
I love it when a
Hey,
roll is.
birdie.
I love it when a when a roll just.
Is that the bird?
Nobody's chaotic nature at work.
You think of all alive.
All right. You you have an amulet. And, this is the first time in a minute that you've like sort of pulled it out of the um, out of your container. So, hmm, like you see that same sort of shimmer go across the gem. And you see that hairline crack still in it. It it doesn't look like it's gotten worse or anything, but like you can still feel how the dark presence coming off of it.
You know, I'm glad I gave you something that I knew you couldn't fuck up to watch. And she pulls the looks at starts stirring the food.
Like you smell like that slight caramelized smell of something that was about to burn on the bottom. Like you had some yarrow roots or something, or some chickpeas or some rice or something that was about to start burning on the bottom that you were able to catch it. So it's a little toasted it right there in the center, but it's not bad. It's not going to really change the flavor too much.
Yeah, she was making almost like some like savory little potato cheesy balls. That's what she was making.
I'm just imagining nobody just like sitting there, just like with kind of like a just.
I think
She's
it's more of
smiling, but you can kind of tell this is like a little embarrassing.
I think it's more
She
of a
just knew
potato
that he
chowder.
was gonna burn it, so she was like, "I'll be fine."
It's just potato chowder now. Don't worry about it.
And he just has like splatters of potato on his mouth mask. It's just like
She's gonna hand you a towel.
I'll clean myself off, and then after I'll
Uh-oh.
take a look at the amulet.
She set it down on the table where you were. I assume a table you were sitting and like
Yeah.
enjoying your tea or whatever. She set it there. Then she's gonna start making the little. She's gonna start scooping the potatoes out and rolling them in some flour to bake them.
As you guys are doing this, is you guys, Mana, you, who, and whoever is going to be, whoever is wants to, are at the lower level of the wagon and at the back door, where you guys are going to meet with Azar's people. Um,
I guess I'll be back.
Sure, might as well meet with them.
all right. you see Draconis, the silver-haired guy, who, like, the more you see him, the more smarmy he looks. The more you kind of don't like his face. Like he he's good looking, but in that punchable kind of way. It doesn't help that he's shaved, like the sides are shaved, and then he has this long braid down the center, and it's just a long braid that he has that's draped over his shoulder,
Like,
almost in like a anime mom kind of way. But with the confidence of I'm not like those other girls who die because of this haircut.
he's definitely gonna die later.
And then you see he um I just said his name, the squirrely guy, the halfling. Not the one not Azar, but no, Lacheus. Yeah. They come up and bring you two things. They bring you to a map that has it's a crude map that has the meeting point, basically where you guys are gonna meet up in Nehusan, as well as um passes that will merchant passes that will allow you guys into the city e- without having to pay the entry toll, at least for the first day. Um, and they give you a map of the route across the desert. Right? You see that there's an oasis and a large swath of flatlands. Basically, it's a windswept area where it's nothing but dry, cracked earth. But those areas are very prone to high winds and sandstorms. So um, that's why they're giving you this extra information just in case you guys get separated.
Do
Uh,
they have a star chart so that we can use it to
part
align our position if we get separated?
part of the map is a star guide. So along the edges of each of the merchant maps are star like alignment stars. So in constellations.
Oh,
Good to know.
yep.
Your guys' first stop should be the Oasis. It's it's not a well-traveled oasis, so there shouldn't be a lot of people there. Usually there's no one there, but sometimes other groups and tribes will camp there. You guys are going to rest there for the night and then head straight across the Badlands ends for the next day. And if you guys are lucky, you'll get a tailwind, and that will propel you guys a little forward. Or, well, if you guys had a sand sail, but it,
That might be a suggestion that we can make to our bona fide mechanic. Might get her mind off of stuff.
We need to kind of help her through some trauma, otherwise she might turn on us.
Yes, he hasn't been in her day form from since you guys left the room. So there's something going on there. You guys have not had sat and talked with her, but in you've seen well, Dorothy talked to her that those first couple of days, and you've seen her talk with Calliope a bit on the past day or so. But yeah, see, you guys haven't fully unpacked that whole deal.
I think we all need a therapy session.
I have no idea what you mean as I stare off into the distance.
I think
Hmm.
you totally know what I mean.
Draconis is going to before they leave, he's going to turn and warn you guys. You don't want to be out in the desert when Scoff Day comes. If you don't want to be at the end of anyone's vengeance out in the desert where no one can help you. At least in the cities, there are laws that people have to abide by.
What is
Just
Golf Day?
you've never participated in a Scoff Day? It is one of the most joyous holidays that this world has. You see,
She literally
he
just said
No,
vengeance.
it's not.
you see, a long time ago, well, there were two gods, the god of war and the god of love, goddess of love, and they were married and they loved each other so much. But then
Mhm.
Garandaris came from out of the sands. He appeared and seduced the goddess of love, and she joined the side of the dark gods. And when the war
Well, I'm
broke out
young, but
between the what?
I mean, I'm young, but is seduction and love the same thing? I just need to know.
But anyway, hey, during the Dark God War, uh, the two old lovers fought, and the goddess of love was slain. And instead of killing her, the god of war, or Scoff, absorbed her into himself and declared that his vengeance was now complete.
What?
And and and
Okay, I'm sorry.
and on that and therefore on that day each year we of the month of our celebration of him, we celebrate his vengeance and his love, for he loved her so much that he could not kill her, but he still had to get revenge for the slight that was done against him. And so on
You
this,
so
sorry, you
I
cut out.
mean,
loved her
You cut.
because she picked somebody else. I'm sorry.
I
I'm
mean,
so
to be honest, it just
sorry.
sounds like she just got out of a bad situation.
That doesn't sound like she got out of it. It just sounds like she got absorbed.
Or she, excuse me, tried to get out of a bad situation and it turned out bad.
Yeah, it turned out worse. Oh, wait, so she's still in there? Like in him?
They are
Did he
now
die?
one being forever and always. And on this day,
Yikes.
and on that day,
That's so sad.
each year, we celebrate by sending love to those who we love and taking vengeance on those who have slighted us. It's, it's basically a
Wait,
holiday where there are people from all around the world
you're
who
congratulating
get.
him for possessively obtaining her when she tried to have a little bit of freedom in her life. Well, they weren't married. Were they married? Maybe, maybe they weren't. I mean, just see. I'm just saying, it doesn't seem right. And
like
y'all are
like
celebrating
you see him clutching his
his
holy
win.
symbol. Well,
You're not celebrating her win. She didn't win. You're making it all lovey dovey, but she lost in all of this. This dude comes up out of the sand. She didn't know it. She wasn't planning this, but he lures her. She falls for his whatever he's got going on, and then her guy, who's not even her husband, mind you, is
They were
mad
divine
and
lovers.
says,
He could not take rejection.
"Let me suck you into myself, so nobody else can have you, and I can always have you." What if he sucked at everything else? What if he never brought her flowers? What if he never said nice words to her?
He
So
never held her
she was
hand.
like, "Hey,
Couldn't give her all his
never
hours
held her hand,"
when he had the chance.
and yet,
Didn't
and
take her
yet,
to any
he,
parties, even though he
if
knew that
he
she loved
if he had
dancing.
done the stuff
If
away,
nobody was here, he would be so proud. Loving this God slander
he's like,
here.
Like
"This sounds like we should be throwing torches."
you see Draconis is sort of
I
flushed,
mean, I'm not.
like his cheeks have turned like kind of purple, in like you don't know if it's in anger or embarrassment, but it's in something, and he,
I
like
mean,
he,
I gotta
like
insight that.
look, I'm not here to discredit any of your beliefs, but you never thought about this.
I
You just went
believe,
along with it.
given your
I
rant, I
just feel
believe
like you should.
that holds little water.
23 insight on his reaction over there.
yeah, he's holding onto his
Huh?
holy symbol. He's holding onto his symbol pretty strongly. He and
Clutching the
Work.
he,
pearl.
Don't hold on to that. Let that go. Let that go,
you could like
buddy,
you
Is he over there going,
buddy.
like you see him take a deep
To a
breath and,
symbol.
like exhale, and like when he lets go of the symbol you can clearly see it's that same symbol that was plastered all over the church that you guys were just in. It's the symbol for a scoff. You can tell that this guy is a big scoff worshiper.
oh, oh, this
Don't
isn't
let him in
good.
nobody.
They're confused in ways. I'm so sorry. Look. Believe what you believe. Believe what you believe, sir. You do
It
that.
it
You
is
do that.
it is
Or walk
okay.
away.
It is okay. It's okay. Hey, we are working together. We are friends. We are partners. We will do so many
I don't think we're
things
ever
together.
getting to blessing a scoff again.
I just want him to think about really what it is that he believes in. It's fine. No one wants to change someone else's belief. I just I just want him to think about it in a logical sense that, this is what he
I only,
believes, that it's okay to,
I only
you
ask
know,
that if you see,
hold women captive.
I only ask that you do not
It's just,
target a dog for Scoff Day.
I'm just saying, isn't it, we're talking about that we hate when people hold other people hostage, but yet, I'm just saying, look, sir, you can do what you feel, but now I
The
need to
goddess was
understand
seduced by the Lord of Rebellion and insects. That she
what
came.
is seduction. I'm how old am I?
Very
I'm
one-sided.
not.
Whoa.
I feel as if what seduction is that someone is able to meet the needs and or wants or desires of said person, and that the person that they fell in love with is also not able to meet that said seduction, and that they need to up their game and not get all grumpy grump and hold that said person hostage. They need to just do their due diligence and fix themselves and probably even say, "Hey, babe, hey, sweetheart, what is it
I will not
that
take
you
this from
need
a
that
dark god apologist. My goodness, this young lass needs to get
dark
divine
God?"
learning,
Oh, I mean, well,
some divine learning in her. I
divine learning.
just just sit just sit in the sermon.
Talking about common sense, I wouldn't hold somebody hostage just because I'm upset.
Just just sit in the
I mean, I
sermon and you
probably
will
would, but
understand the
is this
love
like
that
Hey,
legit?
this is
you
I
will
call it kettle
understand.
black right here.
You will understand the love that Scoff
One-sided
has
love.
to give to his followers. Is is he
Ugh.
loves us as he
I
would
mean,
have
his
loved
love.
loved, loved his wife. It's common knowledge is
He
that
I
he
would
literally
was
love.
a
absorbed his wife, so he'll absorb us. What if we didn't love him the same?
I would love to continue listening to this. Would you like to ride with us so that you guys can continue your
I'm sorry.
theological debate?
no. It is okay.
Andrew,
It is okay.
pissed.
It is this is okay. Hey, I am but a bodyguard, but it is my job to to, to see to Master Azar's needs. I will go do that.
Hmm.
It's like like talking about the Crusades. When someone mentions Christmas.
Fucking things like that. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It's fine. It's cheerful. We can get the all happy.
Well, when he comes looking for you on Scoff Day, don't come crying.
I'll be dead.
Awesome.
I
So,
feel like
Darby, I
there
didn't
that's
know
the
you got.
reason why that there is a bad portion to scoff day is because some people had common sense and who said, this is ridiculous. I mean, you can love somebody that's one side, but what about her side? I think the other side where they said if someone has done something wrong to you, she's the one who's been done wrong. That's why we're able to celebrate it in this manner. Two sides to every story.
Right. Um,
Like the
you cut out there,
nothing.
Nick. You cut out there.
I didn't hear what
I was just saying, like the goddess of love left him. Like that's pretty
Wouldn't this
telling.
wouldn't this topic technically be in the book that you have?
Yes, it
you
does
said
talk
in the
about
book.
the um, Pilates. He's falling in love with Gurundus. It's, the because Gurundus is the dark god that came from this continent, and along with Magi, the god of constructs and servitude.
Oh, surprising. I can read about it.
Yep.
By the way, you know how much game you have to go seduce the goddess of love?
To quote quote unquote seduce the goddess of love.
As the god of insects, though, he's just like a big bug man.
Hmm.
Well, that tells you who had more riz.
Yep. He had a lot. Must have had a lot of Riz then.
Oh man, Garundus, I can't believe you pulled the goddess of love. I know, man. It's just sometimes that's you just gotta treat a woman and with respect. Doesn't matter what you look like, as long as you treat them with respect.
Word.
What is those? Those things in Assassin's Creed remote
This is
and
where we
trading
find out that he was
volumes
just the
and just talking
very
about what they
submissive and she was the
Mhm.
one in charge the whole
their
time.
version of podcasts. I need them. I need that. That and doing whipping at the same time.
But yeah, it's Magi and Garundus is that are the dark gods that come from the Arcana continent.
Is that mine? Or is Journey's?
That's yours. Journeys is the one that has a piece broken off.
Thank you.
Oh, I guess we should get going.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Uh, um, they sort of are just waiting for you guys to start moving, and then they'll start heading that direction. Um, the the sound that the if you any of you guys have seen the third Star Wars Episode 3, the sound that that bird lizard that Obi-Wan rides on when he's going to go face General Grievous is that's what these desert runners sound like.
Cool. And for someone who hasn't seen the Star Wars movies in years,
I'll have to look it up and send it to chat.
Kind of like a seal,
I've never
but
seen Star Wars except for anything with Jar Jar Binks in it.
I've
The,
seen it. It's just been a long time.
Mhm.
Well, y'all are ahead of me.
But we can worry about that later.
Yep,
it's called a
indeed.
varactyl.
Is there certain things that I have to do to teach mm, oh, my is there certain things that I have to teach her about, like, where should I start?
So you find out that Calliope is actually pretty well versed in magic, but the way that she does magic is through her singing. And so when she sings,
Mm-hmm.
she's able to make things. So she knows this thing called a
Mm-hmm.
song of creation, and she can sing things into existence, like the lead box that she made previously. But she can make anything that's can fit within like a 5 by 5 foot box. Like she shows you the maximum what she made. She makes like a 5 by 5 foot the stone cube,
Mm-hmm.
but
So
um,
we can work on expanding that out or learning a technique
well, she
where we
like
can
she shows
utilize
you she can make
precision.
detailed things. Like he, she makes a dagger and a sword. Her she tries you try and get her to make like a rifle or something, but because she doesn't understand the mechanics of a rifle, she's only able to make the form and shape of one, but it doesn't work. But she can make individual
Okay,
parts if she studies them, but they only exist for as long as she can maintain that song in her head. So like probably about an hour to a couple of hours at a time.
that's good. Okay, something that I can't think of anything else that I wanted to do. Like there was something.
Okay. You guys travel for the better part of a day. It takes you probably about, it takes you until sunset to get to the oasis. Um, there is a small encampment, and already there with probably like 5 or 6 people there. And the one that sticks out the most is the lady that's cooking the soup. She's making like this really he it's a has a very strong smell, well, but it's not like a bad smell. It, a, it's like someone took a bunch of cumin and mushrooms and mixed them together. It's that kind of smell, but you also get the smell of some kind of meat as well. And it's just this very old elven lady. She seems to be a desert elf by her complexion and like hair texture. She has like a dark tan skin, long ears, and in her clothes seem to denote someone who spends a lot of time out in the desert. Her, her skin is a little bit cracked and wrinkly. Mm,
Um, one thing. Does
yes.
it take nobody the whole entire day to look at the amulet?
It takes you to about 6 hours of studying it to get clean things from it. You'd have to give me an Arcana roll to note what you've understood from it.
Okay. I'm going to use magical guidance to reroll.
Right. Make sure you use the ability and go ahead.
Can I assist since it is
Uh,
um the artifact from Bakari's people? So
yes. On your reroll, you can roll it at advantage.
Actually, question: do I have advantage if this is something from like? No, never mind.
I mean, I'm giving you advantage.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Um,
I'll take it, and just for added flavor, I'm going to use knowledge of of my past life from my past life. If I can find it, there it is. And I'm gonna roll a d6 just to add on top of it. Cool.
all
Nice
right.
dirty 20 or 22.
All right. So you can tell that this is a high level imprisonment. This is like a 10th level spell of imprisonment. The jewel that's used in the amulet, it seems to be the core of the imprisonment spell. Also, the entity Ahriman that's trapped inside, it is now is stuck in there until the spell is broken. And but you can tell that over the hundreds of years that it's been in existence, it's only recently become weakened. It seems like when someone ripped it from the staff that it was a part of, they dealt damage to the seal, and now that it's in its amulet form, that hairline crack is leaking in the life force of Ahriman, which means that anyone that would be sensitive to that can can detect it as long as they're close enough. If the crack were to get bigger, then it could cause more or issues. And you can tell that the nature of the seal is what inverted Ahriman's nature, like his magics and nature were reversed by the seal, or which allowed the amulets to be used in a way to promote growth and evolution rather than to uh, promote sickness and strife.
Gotcha.
You would know from your guys from the studies that Dobat has done and the information that you guys have gleaned from the books that you've acquired, or that Ahriman is a child of Garundas. So he's closely related to the dark gods and what happened to them. it seems like he wasn't punished along with his father. Here, when the dark gods were taken out, and so when the gods stepped behind the divine veil, well, he was able to just carve out a little area of this continent for himself.
Hmm. I'll relay everything that I've learned to Pakari um, while we're heading to the place. So,
Ooh, I
pretty
need to get
interesting thing.
Attorney needs to wake up, otherwise he's gonna uh, be up early.
Journey's away.
He's awake. Uh, okay.
Yeah. Hmm.
All right. You take that information as you will. But when you guys arrive, Azar her sets up camp a little way from this campsite that already exists. It's up to you guys whether you camp with Azar or try and hang out with these new people.
Um,
Probably better to camp with these new people, considering I'm not sure we made friends with the group.
um, I guess we're gonna have plenty of time with Azar.
All right. Camping with this new group. Who the lady who's the firekeeper? She is will provide you guys with rations for this evening. Essentially, she made more than enough food for you guys. And, and does anyone want to talk to her as she's handing out food to you guys?
Um,
Yeah, sure.
I'd like
Yeah.
to hear what she has to say about the nearby area.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of going to ask as well, if she had any information or heard any rumors about goings on in the area.
Um, Give me a persuasion in or yeah, persuasion check.
Can Nissa do it?
Either
Hmm?
one.
Why? What does yours look like?
I have a minus to my charisma.
Oh, well, I've got a little bit better than you at least. We'll see how it goes.
Nobody's gonna act like he's eating, but he's actually gonna try to stealthily put like every bite he
23.
takes on someone else's plate.
23
He
on
doesn't
that
want to be
plate?
rude.
All right. As you're talking to her, oh, as the sun sets, its bellies are full. Wars are a distant thing, eh, but family, that is what is close. If you find yourself a good family to be a part of, you'll have a warmer and brighter life than you could ever have of going at it alone. Of all the things that you can do in this world, you'll finding a family or having a family, those are uh, what are the most important. Be careful to against those who try and break up families. For when family he is separated, that is when in think people are at their weakest. When family tries to go their own way, they without the support of one another, their failure is but an inevitability.
Um, does she have a family that she's traveling with, or is she by herself?
No one else in the group that she's with is an elf. Everyone else is desert orc.
Hmm. Do any of them seem to be friendly with her?
Um, if you wanted to ask them, you can.
I guess I'll ask them what her deal is.
Um, the oldest of the male orcs will speak with you. Well, she was sort of here when we got here this evening, so we're not sure.
I'm gonna
But
ask her her name because we never really asked her her name.
uh, you can call me Silraz.
So
It's
she's
like
not
one
even
letter off.
friendly with your family. Or are you
My
looking for your family?
my family is the world. The mother goddess is speaks only through those who need family or wish to experience family. While you are here eating from my soup, you are my family. But tomorrow you will leave me. Eh, But all I wish to do for you is to remember uh, that family is the most important in group that you can be a part of, whether it's a found family or one that you're born into.
Who, who is the mother goddess?
You do not know the might of the sun, the lady who has tamed the sun dragon and rides him as her mount through the sky. The goddess who stands above of all others is the one who rises in the morning and leaves us at night to let her brother guide us through the evenings.
No, I can't say that I do. I'm kind of new to all the gods at the moment.
They're no one worth learning about. Oops, did I say that out loud?
You're not even there.
Yeah, we are. We're aren't we all together?
Well, yeah,
At the Oasis? The,
no one thought they were staying with the lawsuit.
oh, I'm sorry. Then let me shut up.
No, I meant no. No one said that they were staying with Azar. So, assumingly, everyone came to over here with the weird old lady.
We're just the only two that went up and talked to her.
Our Lady, the Irois, the goddess of the sun, and and the mother there to all. Without her light, hey, nothing can grow, nothing can try. Her heat gives us this warmth in the daytime, eh, and her example gives us this guidance on how our families should be reared.
Well, I hope she appreciates your piety.
Like you watch as she looks towards the sunset. Yes, she appreciates your um, indifference as well. Mm, I must retire. As the day grows dark, and, and the Lord of the Moons must rise, and she'll leave the pot and, with the fire going real low, and head into she'll head into the bushes and shrubs of the oasis, and that's all you see of her.
So
Sorry,
I'm guess
Lucidius.
I'm
We
guessing
just
that
made a god's avatar.
I feel like if you're going to have an avatar, they shouldn't wear their problems on their sleeves.
I think
Hmm.
that kind of goes two ways there.
All right. You guys, those who eat of the food the get a blessing of Lucidius. Yes, you guys get a a +2 to charisma. It checks to it's to diplomacy and animal handling
Oh,
for the
nice.
next 24 hours.
Thank goodness I didn't eat.
Time to go tame some animals.
All right.
Yeah.
The next morning, you guys set out. One of Desert Orcs next, comes up to you guys and asks you if you saw where the lady went, because
I'll
they had
point off in the direction she went.
well, they said they looked that way, but they didn't see a tent or anything.
Farther, uh, farther makes me believe that she was a god's avatar.
They wish you a happy evening. They wish that your scoff day will be full of love. and not vengeance as they head back towards the caravanserai that you guys came from, and you guys push on forward. They do warn you that they heard a commotion in the day before when they were traveling from the north, which is the direction you guys are heading. But you guys are confident that yeah, everything should work out.
Just a reminder, I did share the information that I found with everyone in the mine.
Ooh. Hmm.
So the information about there might be a dragon in the area and all that.
Yeah, there seems to be dragons hunting in that area.
Lovely.
Mm-hmm.
Um, as you guys at the as you guys are traveling the next day, eh, um, it's the there is a significant sandstorm that blows up and reduces your guys' visibility for the better part of the morning. Let me make a roll for Daya.
I will help guide it, like if he's having problem seeing help kind of direct.
So he's able to keep you guys on track uh, through the storm. Or, Um, and then you guys is come across a, a you smell it before you see it. It's a strong acidic smell that has heavy notes of iron. And as you guys get closer, you see the corpse of a large worm. Mm,
Oh my.
My indeed.
It seems to be a giant sandworm, but around that corpse, you also see a large gathering of tents. Of to some of you, a very familiar gathering of tents.
Oh.
Um, as you look upon the multitude of kobolds,
Hmm.
Laqueus is drives over up beside you guys and calls out, "Oh, it looks like it looks like a dragon kill site. It, the multitude will be here breaking down this corpse for who knows how long. So we can and try and negotiate with them for um, safe passage is past their territory, or we can try and just circumnavigate. But circumnavigating will take us time.
Hmm. Is there no other route?
Not if we want to get there a day's time ahead.
I'll look at Timana. I'm sure we can make them see reason.
No one here is of a strange or unique race, right?
What's that mean?
Bakari's shifting behind somebody.
I think that's like half of us shifting behind somebody.
The the multitude who are have been known to take people of certain races that they haven't encountered before, or, and sacrifice them to their lord.
Squint.
Well, that would prove troublesome.
Mhm. Considering I think most of our party are of unique origin.
I'm
And
just
I don't.
a. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, and I don't want to test how many they actually run into
Mhm.
or their honesty.
They do also take food negotiations. If we have a good chef amongst us, it might be a good opportunity to make some to get something out of them.
Looks.
I don't like where this is going.
Anybody have a disguise spell?
No.
Hmm. Is this the same group of um kobolds that we ran into before?
Yes.
Like the hmm. So I probably shouldn't wear the face of the kobold who was running to them for help.
Probably would be a good idea. And considering that our one chef is also the one that cooked him alive.
Well, they don't know that. His corpse just smelled extra delicious.
Mhm.
Um, disguise self is something that artificers can use,
I don't think I have it though.
or we can swap out our spells every day.
I mean, I could just wear like a hood or something. Most people think Bakari's a cat or something anyway.
You have been called Tabaxi a couple of times in this domain.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we can just like cover up your wings or something.
Yeah. She can tuck them around herself so it looks more like a cloak.
Yeah, I was actually about to say that. Or
She does that all the time because she'll just hook the claws around her neck and then
uh,
the wings just look like
it's just a fancy cloak.
yeah, it just looks like a weird cloak.
Uh, so you guys are gonna approach the multitude.
Luckily, I look like I'm just a weird human.
Right.
I feel like a select group of us should approach the multitude as representatives.
All right. Who would want to volunteer for this representative group?
Well, I'm gonna have to be on it.
All right. We got Picari.
Nobody will go as well, and he'll make sure to cover up his joints as
I'll
well
go as well
to
since
make
he's
him look
got
more human.
pretty
Nobody.
decent persuasion.
Nissa.
Uh, if nobody's going, Mana's going.
All right. Mana.
I'm just going to stay armored up the entire time.
I will try to decide as myself at the back as well. A little more cat-like.
You pull a reverse Pepe Le Pew and disguise yourself as a cat.
Yes.
All right. All right. The rest of the party, I'm going to assume, stays behind. Um, Alzar's group is going to send Laqueus with you guys. As you guys approach, a group of the kobolds come out on their weird two-legged bird creatures. as well as
Chocobos?
um, you're not you're not sure. They're like bird lizards. And as they surround you, one of them comes forward. Right. They'll start speaking in Draconic. Do any of you guys speak Draconic?
Let me see. Where are our languages
No.
at again?
They're on the front
Oh,
page.
there we are. Nope.
Nope.
Mana?
I do not. I can speak Celestial if you need it.
I don't know why I can only speak 3 languages though.
They don't make languages very accessible.
Um, it's not dependent on your intelligence.
Not in 5e.
Oh yeah, 5e. That's right.
If you're an
All I
anthropoid,
know is
All right, Laqueus is the only one that can speak Draconic. Okay. Laqueus is gonna look over to you guys. They're asking if you guys are um, friends or foe.
Friends?
He'll turn and speak in Draconic to them. They'll chatter back in Draconic. Um, they'll asking they're asking if you brought a tribute for the Great Werbanu.
um do they mean like food or a person out of
Like,
game?
you as he's gesturing, like as he's talking, you can see that the kobold is sort of gesturing loosely. He at you guys like, which one of you is the tribute kind of situation.
No tribute like that. But we do bring the possibility of food, of
And
course.
fade,
Right,
maybe.
right. The players just kind of interpret and basically tell them that you guys bring a food tribute. You'll hear the cobalt chortle, and like the other kobolds will will laugh as well. And he'll respond in Draconic. Like, unless you have something in that Lord Werbany has never eaten before, they recommend and not even trying.
I think we
Bakari's
could.
gonna scoff.
Nobody's just gonna look, give you a side eye, like approving side eye.
Do it.
I think we might be up to the challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Bakari's gonna dig in her satchel and like pull out a little like dried tart and toss it at the kobold we've been talking to. Eat that and tell me he doesn't want my cooking.
The lead kobold will take it and then hand it to another kobold that's wearing these long flowy robes. And as that kobold smells it, it um, uses their talon to take a piece and rub between their fingers. Here's- They he alright. Give me a quick chef tools kit check for this tart or
I can't flex my best in the West. I don't
you can. I'll give you advantage on the chef tools check.
bet. Oh, I rolled 2 6s.
That's still more than enough. If like this um Cobalt wearing priestly robes takes a small nibble Oh, and then like he licks the roof of his tongue, like spreading what he just bit across the top of his tongue, uh, the top of his mouth, and then licking that. It, and then nods approvingly. He like says something to the lead kobold and requests to translate. He, hmm, she says, "Let them try."
Let's do this.
I they lay down. They bring you a tarp with a big slab of sandworm meat and a bunch of fruits, vegetables, and dried spices, and just tell you make the great Werbanu a meal.
Nobody will take a step back.
I will help in the preparation, but I'm following the directions of Hikari.
This will give me a survival check to help in the preparation of food.
Do they get advantage because I'll be directing them?
This is this is to see if they can give you advantage.
Oh, okay. Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Nobody.
20.
A nat 20?
You definitely have advantage. Don't roll double nat ones to off and make that.
Alright,
That
just my chef's tools.
yes, plus your bonus from best in the
No.
west.
Yeah, plus my bonus from best in the West.
I'm just imagining a whole Monster Hunter like cooking scene right now.
I mean, I have my oven backpack thing, so.
As you
Am I the
finish,
talent?
yes, you are the palico, so just roll with it. As you
Oh, in this
finish,
situation.
as you guys finish the food, you will get a 5 star on that cooking check as the food is then presented, and then a panel of five of the robed kobolds will smell it, and they all give their thumbs up, and the food is then carried out of the camp in a good ways, and then placed in the middle of the sand. This like giant plate of food that you've prepared, and it takes and the whole multitude start chanting and singing in rhythm and stomping their feet in the sand, and you watch as at first you think it's like these giant stones growing out of the sand, but it turns out to be these giant yellowish brown teeth that slowly stick out of the sand and close around the food. As you see the brown scales of a dragon in small close around this plate. Truly a massive dragon. You like those of you that have seen Lady Red Scale would know that this dragon is probably a little bit bigger than her.
No, hell no.
And as it sinks back into the sand, you feel the entire ground just rumble and shake, almost like purring.
I think it's happy.
And the whole multitude celebrates and cheers. 2,000 kobolds, all cheering and celebrating and throwing things in the air. And you see as the sand erupts in this spray of this white paint, this white substance as you guys acquire. Here, 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 1 day's worth of rations from mana.
Huh?
Rations of mana. Sorry.
Oh, oh, so like a reset or spell slot reset.
No. Like biblical mana. Like it's basically this. It's food. Food. It's like this weird mushroom kind of a substance that you guys that is like edible and will like just a small piece will keep you satiated for a whole day.
I'll hand my portion over to Pakari.
Same.
I would just like
They
to say his, that name is very confusing given in other circumstances.
look look the term mana from heaven and has been in changed from it across cultures to mean completely different things. Things that is not my fault. Just blame people throughout history. And I didn't name your character that.
We all know who did.
So yeah, you get this mysterious mushroom substance. The kobolds will inform you that it only keeps for a day. So if you are to eat it, go ahead and eat it. It it basically has the effects of good berry.
Oh,
So it will you'll have it until the it will last until the end of the day tomorrow.
Okay.
Um, they also inform you who that the sandworm just came from near the battlefield. Well, judging by the weapons and armor and stuff inside of its throat and stomach. So, well, if you were to follow if you want to way across the Badlands without having to deal with the sandstorms, you can travel through the Sandworms tunnel.
Hmm.
Actually, that doesn't sound too bad to me.
that does not sound too bad at all.
I just hope it's structurally sound.
Hmm.
Could be fun though.
I guess we should catch Azar's group up with that information.
The quest will update them, and they will mark it down because Sandworm tunnels are only last for so long before they collapse and fill in on themselves. So
Meaning we
it's
should get moving then.
yeah, yeah, within a few days, it'll part of it will collapse or something because something heavy will walk over it, or like sand will move in a way that it's too heavy and it'll just crush the tunnel underneath it. it so
So how long has it been since the sandworm?
they let you know that the sandworm died just like a day or two ago. And they're going to process as much of this as meat before it goes rancid.
So yeah, we should probably move quickly if we're gonna go through the sandworm tunnel.
Yeah. So I guess we're going underground.
All right.
If that sandworm would have dug a little further, it would have hit a dragon.
Hmm. Let's just
I
say it
think the
did.
dragons what killed it. I think it already
Mm-hmm.
dug too close to the dragon.
Makes sense.
Yep.
Right. Um, you guys travel through the tunnel, and you guys is um, it takes a lot less time because you don't have to deal with the high winds and sandstorms. So you guys are able to make it to an area under Nehustan, and by the end of the second day, eh, and are and you'll be able to come up out of the tunnel, well, well, um, technically near the battlefield, but also near the city itself.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys will get to uh, deal with that fun next time. You guys got through all three encounters without a hitch.
Because we're awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Right. We'll pick up in Nehustan, or at least the battlefield outside of Nehustan, next time.
Yep, definitely gonna watch the battlefield as we ride in, see what's going on out there.
It'll
But
change. What you'll see on the battlefield will change depending on whether it's day or night.
You know,
hmm,
I guess we'll find out next time.
yep. And I may have some plans for Scoff Day. We'll see.
Oh,
Goff, it's time to get my vengeance on you.
That's
Well,
exactly.
most people who
I,
celebrate Scoff Day are only getting are doing the small revenges. It's more like a prank kind of thing. It's like April Fool's Day. Most people aren't trying to kill each other on Scoff Day, just so you know.
sure.
That's called being cowards.
But I need to write down what I want to do. See if it can even be done.
All right.
but there's
Well,
someone that we need to show that we care.
everyone give love to Dea. She deserves it, right? Right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. She's being sus.
You, what, you think she has some plans for Scoff Day?
Yeah, I was actually going to ask her about it if we did hadn't run into the caravan when we did.
Hmm. Well, we shall see. That will entirely be determined by hey what the party does as as we let me go ahead and turn over the next day so that that's not something we have to worry about next time. So it will be the dawn of Saturday. So you guys will have a whole day between being now and Scoff Day to figure out what you want to do. All right. Well, everyone say bye to the viewers.
I did view.
Farewell.
Bye, viewers.
You know what we should do for Scout Day? We should have a campfire and sit around and send curses towards the people who have spited us in the past year.
Or you just sit and make some sweet desserts for all your friends and family who you love.
Nah, we have enough casters here that we could probably figure out some pretty nasty curses.
Hmm.